Good day. Today we will be discussing vertical and horizontal asymptotes of rational function. Before we proceed, let us first recall on how to get the vertical asymptote. To get the vertical asymptote, let us denote that one by letter V. We simply equate your denominator to 0 and we solve for a given variable. And next, and to get for your horizontal asymptote, let us denote that one by letter H. We need to consider the degree of your numerator and as well as the degree of your denominator. Again, when we say degree, this refers to the highest exponent in a given polynomial. So, if the degree of numerator is less than the degree of denominator, your horizontal asymptote is equal to 0. But when the degree of numerator is equal to the degree of denominator, to get the horizontal asymptote, we simply get the ratio of the leading coefficient of your numerator and the leading coefficient of your denominator. So this will be D. And lastly, when the degree of numerator is greater than the degree of denominator, the horizontal asymptote is none. There is no horizontal asymptote. Let's have the first example. F of x equals 9x all over x minus 5. Getting the vertical asymptote, so that is equal to what? So we will have there x minus 5. We equate this one to 0. Then solve for x. So x now equals positive 5. So that would be our vertical asymptote. And to get for the horizontal asymptote, so we denote that one previously by h. So we need to consider the degree of our numerator. So the degree of our numerator is the exponent of x or variable x is 1 and this is 1. So since the degree of the numerator and denominator is equal, so what we're going to do is that get the leading coefficient of your numerator. So the leading coefficient is simply 9. The leading coefficient of your denominator is simply 1. Therefore, the horizontal asymptote is 9. Let us have another example. F of x equals x minus 3 all over your x squared minus 25. Getting the vertical asymptote. So let us equate our given denominator x squared minus 25 to 0. So solving for x, so that will be x squared equals positive 25. Then we have the square root of x squared is equal to plus minus square root of your 25. So x now is equal to plus or minus 5. So we have two vertical asymptotes and that are positive 5 and negative 5. Next, getting the horizontal asymptote. Okay, so first identify the degree. The degree of your numerator is 1. The degree of your denominator is 2. So numerator, the degree of numerator is less than the degree of your denominator. In this case, horizontal asymptote is equal to 0 or simply y equals 0. Next example, f of x equals x squared minus 3 all over 3x squared minus 5. Getting the vertical asymptote. So let us equate our denominator 3x squared minus 5 to 0. Then we will have here now 3x squared equals positive 5. We get rid of 5, so divide both sides, or rather we get rid of 3, so divide both sides by 3, so cancel. So x squared now is equal to 5 over 3. The next square root of x squared is equal to plus minus square root of 5 over 3. So we will have here now x, or the vertical asymptote, is equal to positive negative square root of 5 over 3. And getting the horizontal asymptote, we go back again to the degree. Degree of numerator is 2, degree of denominator is 2. So degree of numerator is equal to the degree of denominator. So we need to get the leading coefficient for the numerator, and that is 1 here. So I write here 1 over the degree, the leading coefficient for the denominator is simply 3. So we will have now horizontal asymptote equals 1/3. Next example, f of x equals x squared minus 2 all over 4x minus 1. So we have vertical asymptote, 4x minus 1 equals 0. The next 4x equals 1. Then divide both sides by 4. Then x now equals 1/4. So this would be your vertical asymptote. And getting the horizontal asymptote, we go back again to the degree. Degree of numerator is 2, degree of denominator is 1. So we will have degree of numerator is greater than the degree of denominator. This means that the y or horizontal asymptote is none, meaning there is no horizontal asymptote in this given function. Next, f of x equals negative 4 over x plus 6. So vertical asymptote is simply x plus 6 equate to 0. Solve for x. X now equals negative 6. This is your vertical asymptote. Then solving for your horizontal asymptote, again, we go back to the degree. The degree of your numerator, since there is no variable here, so the degree of numerator is simply your 0. That's the degree of numerator. And the degree of your denominator, and that is the exponent of x, and that is 1. So degree of numerator is less than the degree of denominator. So horizontal asymptote, or y equals 0 in this case. Okay, so let us have the last example. F of x equals x plus 3 all over x squared plus 5x plus 6. Notice that in this given example, we have removable factors. So we can have x plus 3 all over your x plus 3. And we will have your x plus 2. So we cancel this one. So therefore, to get the vertical asymptote, so that will be x plus 2 equals 0. So x now equals negative 2. And to get for your horizontal asymptote, we go back to the degree. The degree of your numerator is 1, degree this one of denominator is 2. So since the degree of numerator is less than the degree of denominator, so horizontal asymptote or y equals 0. Okay, that is for our vertical and horizontal asymptotes of your rational functions. Don't forget to subscribe and see you on my next video.